Wig production.
What is poppin'? Let's go over some Bitcoin and Ethereum here. I'm trying to work on something here. I was chatting with one of my buddies recently, super smart guy who's like really into politics, and he's more of like a macro thinker. Like he's very interested in the macro things going on across the world, and we were just chatting about what's going on across the world, and he brought up some really interesting points, and he might not have meant it, but he put together this super interesting bearish piece on Bitcoin. And honestly, it's the best. Like he had the best points on why to be bearish Bitcoin. So I'm hoping he'll be willing to like chat with me about it, and we can record it or something, and get it on the channel. I'll be chatting with him about it. So I think it's super interesting. Because a lot of the time I'm talking about crypto, or I'm talking about Bitcoin, or I'm talking about crypto related stocks, right, on this channel. And I just don't want people to think that I'm just so blindsidingly bullish. You know what I mean? Like I do manage my risk in a sense with like money wise. Like I'm not going all in on this. Like I have other things I have to pay for, and I'm kind of managing my risk pretty modestly at the moment when it comes to gathering Bitcoin and adding it to my asset portfolio, right? But like a lot of the times it might not seem like that because of how much I'm talking about why I think it's bullish or etc. So I do think it would be a good idea to get my buddy Felix on here. So hey, maybe if he sees this, he'll see it and be like, yeah, I'm down or something. I don't know, but I'll be chatting with him. But besides that, we're going to get into this. Technically, everything's still the same. It's been a bear market since November. I'm just going to zoom out real quick. I'm going to put it in the log form, and I'm just going to kind of highlight like the previous drawdowns. Then again, keep in mind, right now we are on the Coinbase chart on TradingView, and it only goes back to 2015. So Bitcoin has been trading like since before that. So I don't have the chart on me that goes before, so that's why I only have these two major drawdowns highlighted, if anyone was wondering. So we have from late 2017, right? This is early December to about early December 2018. So one full year downtrending. Keep in mind the last like 50% drop of this dip, it was like 45%, but that last big dip in this bear market started in November and ended in December. It dragged on for a little bit, right? You could say that was the bear market, right, till March 2019. But even still, what I'm trying to say is the last 50% dip in the market happened late in the year. And if there is going to be another big dip, we're heading into the end of this year, right? So I'll highlight that in a few minutes. And then from here, we have a 72% drawdown, and that was from June 2019 to March 2020. All right, so June 2019 to March 2020, that's about 8 months. And it went down 73%, right? So this period of time, it was creating higher lows. Keep that in mind. So we had this going on here. We had the higher lows being created. These are just some things that we're going to be looking for to happen in the future, right? Not really too much bullish divergence here, but anyways, right? So there was some higher lows being created, right? The first drawdown happened, but it didn't. The second drawdown didn't go as far as the first, so it created a higher low, and we weakened this area up here. So we ended up weakening this zone throughout that market, right? We made a top all the way around 19,000, and we drew down all the way to 3,000. Now, that zone, right, 19,000 to around 9,000, it took a lot of buying and to break down this zone, and that's what happened here. And I'm thinking that we're going to need to come back in this range for a little bit, like it could be what's happening next, just to make sure that that's support, and then we continue to move forward. So I'll take it out of log now. I'll kind of leave that there. I can delete that. All right, now we got a little bit more of a clean picture going on. We're on the 3-day time frame. I have this trend line drawing us down because we've rejected it once, twice, 3, maybe 4 major times, you could say. And now I'm thinking, right, if we're going to relate to this and we have a big drop in the market, a major like liquidation event to get a lot of people who have been going short, or going long, but the shorts beat them out. Like a lot of people just selling their positions, right? Completely capitulating. We need this to occur. And if that is going to happen, and it does happen at the end of the year, I'm thinking potentially something like this plays out, where we start to stay in this zone for a bit, and then when we break out is when we created that new support in this area. We're revisiting back here, and I have this marked out, right? This green line is the 85% drawdown. So any major drawdown that we've had in Bitcoin hasn't really gone over 85% yet. So that's why I have it marked out. It seems to be a nice area where people tend to buy, and we'll see what happens, right? Like what happens if this trend line continues. Let's try that and see what happens. That's pretty interesting. I think that could potentially happen as well, right? We'll keep this trend line in play from now on. So we could come back down here to test this, and then it still over years would create a higher low and create this trend to go upward. So we'll keep that in play. It has 1, 2, potentially 3 touches. Maybe if we draw it out a bit further. You could. Depends. Some would say maybe 3. I'll go with 2 touches for now. Maybe potentially we need that third one. This video is getting a little bit long, but I'm just trying to give you my idea on the market right now. Since not much things have changed, this is kind of my TA on it and what I'm looking for. I wouldn't really say that this is a major trend line that we must break over, but eventually we'll break up over it. I still do think we might need that time to accumulate at the bottom, go sideways before we go up. So this is just a little squiggle that I think, could potentially happen. It's not a guarantee though, so nothing's really a guarantee. But that's what we're looking at, right? So right now, currently, I'll end off with this. We're currently down 71%. If we are going to go down that 85%, right? Technically, there still is a little bit more to go. It would lead into a very similar situation where if we do come back to the 85% mark, there's still another 46% to draw down. So I think there's still room to, be gathering for the next few months, and this is where we want to be going long. I think it's officially right now is when we really want to start accumulating as we start to go lower for the next bull run to happen in 2024 or 2025 or whatever. So that's my thoughts right now on Bitcoin. Peace.